It's time for the show where high culture and pop culture collide.
Yeah, welcome to You Don't Know Jack TV. My name is Schmitty. Look at this. I got a freaking mod squad in front of me. You know, today is a very special day for me. Thanks for ruining it. Okay, let's go. We're going to get started by passing out the hardware. About those screws, if a question comes up and your neighbor over there looks like Jethro trying to hook up a VCR, that's probably a good time to screw them. Buzz in, hit the S key, and then they gotta answer it, okay? All right, let's do it. Pick a category, player one.
Question 1 is taped before a live studio audience.
We're calling this one Apocalyptic Soaps. I'm going to give away $3,000 this time. Get the wax out of your ears. It's question time. Imagine that the world of As the World Turns stops turning and sends all of its past cast members hurtling through space. Who of the following would remain firmly grounded? Meg Ryan, Julianne Moore, Sharon Stone, or Marissa Tomei? Player 2, grab it. Julianne Moore? Gee, that makes your cash less. I love this job. Player 1, player 3, grab it. Player 1. Sharon Stone is the only one here who never had a part on As the World Turns. Yeah, it's too bad she wouldn't go hurtling into space. You can never have too many heavenly bodies. Player 1, give me a category. Let's see what we got going. You're a puppet for the man. I got $2,000, says you don't know this one. Put your head between your knees, because we're going down. If one of the Fraggles from the kids show Fraggle Rock asked the Oracle Marjorie for advice and didn't like what she had to say, what would be an appropriate response? You're a real motor mouth. Pipe down. Player 3, do it. Put a sock in it. Yeah, I wish you would. Player 1, player 2, it's open. Player 2, go. See, now me, I wouldn't have gone this way. Player 1, it's yours if you want it. It's all yours, player 1. You rock my world. Marjorie is a trash heap, and she gives the Fraggles advice. Kind of like Loveline. Player 1, what are we doing?
This is question 3.
This one's called The Legacy of Francis Edward Smedley. I'm going to make this one $1,000. Well, you know what they say, all's fair in love and war, right? Well, if all's fair on the show Love and War, what would you expect to see? Marines doing anything to kill the enemy, actors saying anything on a soap opera, men trying anything to pick up women in a bar, or a newspaper staff printing anything they want. Player 3, have at it. Love and War is set in a bar. Yeah, and in that show, Jay Thomas's lucky character gets to sleep with Susan Day and Annie Potts. Damn, I'm gonna grow one eyebrow. Player 3, pick a category. Hey. Well, what do we have here? You smell like a gin mill. $2,000 for correct answer. Ready? Catch this. Considering the name of the bar where they usually hang out, what would be a good name for the alliance of Drew Carey and his friends? The Warsaw Pact, the Axis Powers, the Allied Powers, or the North Atlantic Treaty Organization? Take a shot, player 2. Axis? Axe this. Player 1, player 3, go after it. Player 1, do it. Allied? I don't even know anybody named Al. Player 3, it's all up to you. It's all you, player 3. You know you want to pick the correct answer, right? So, heard any good jokes lately? After work, Drew and the gang have been known to head over to a bar called the Warsaw for a drink. Yeah, you know, they hang out, have a couple of beers, and then they invade Afghanistan. Player 2, what looks good? Let's have a big warm welcome for, let's keep it boxer brief. You give me your right answer, I'll give you $3,000. All right, be honest, we all did it. You used to run around the house in your underwear pretending to be a superhero, didn't you? If you wanted to pretend you were the greatest American hero, what would you have to wear while jumping off your roof? Your tighty whities, your nothings, your jammies, or your jumper? Player 2, grab it. I'm sorry, did you say something? Player 1, player 3, let's do something. Player 3, have at it. On The Greatest American Hero, Robert Culp refers to William Katt's superhero suit as the jammies. Of course, make sure your jammies are clean when you jump off the roof. You wouldn't want to embarrass your mother when the paramedics come for you. What do you want to do, player 3? Hey, player 3, time to move on to bigger and better things. Don't worry about players 1 and 2. They'll get over it. It's time for you to play this or that. The category for this or that question is Twin Pee-wees. Okay, I'm going to read off 7 TV characters, and for each one, I need you to tell me if that character is from Pee-wee's Playhouse or Twin Peaks. As you see each one, if they're from Pee-wee's Playhouse, press 1. If they're from Twin Peaks, press 2. And hit 4 if you want to skip. I'll give you $500 for each right answer, and you lose $500 for each one you get wrong or that you don't get to. All right, I'm putting 30 seconds on the clock. Let's do it. The Log Lady, Pee-wee or Twin Peaks? Big Ed. Captain Carp. The Dancing Dwarf. Zombie. Magic Screen. Last one, the Man from Another Place. That's all 7. Well, you didn't get those 2, but at least you got the majority of them. Let's look at your score. Now, come on, every little bit helps. Let's have a category, player 1.
Hi.
Order. Don't shoot. Got him ordered.
Tonight. All right, give it up for Men in Black Chiffon. How does $2,000 sound? One question coming right up. If a popular 90s TV drag queen were to do a new show with the first man to wear a dress on TV, what might the new show be called? Hanks and Lithgow After Dark, The Uncle Milty and Andrew Paul Show, The Divine and Dame Edna Hour, or Flip and Far Out? Take a shot, player 2. Player 1, you're screwed. Give me an answer. Hanks and Lithgow, one started on TV, one ended up on TV. You see, life goes in cycles, my friend, which means you're wrong, and you're going to be wrong again. Player 2, player 3, who's going to... Player 3, do it. Survey says... Player 2, you want it? Player 2, go. Uncle Milty Berle was the first man to dress as a woman on his Texaco Star Theater show, and RuPaul, well, RuPaul has done it all, baby, on the RuPaul show on VH1. Of course, Uncle Milty wore glamorous floor-length gowns and never had to worry about tucking himself in. And if you don't know what I mean by tucking, check out RuPaul the next time he's wearing hot pants. Player 2, what do you want? May I introduce everybody Connie Chung tonight. You get this one, you pocket $2,000. Okay, free your mind. During her infamous 1995 interview with Newt Gingrich's mother, what game show did Connie Chung prove she would be most worthy to host? The Match Game. You bet your life. Do you trust your wife? Or I've got a secret. Hey, Player 2, you like getting screwed? Give me an answer. You bet your life. Oh my, she didn't kill Newt's mom, did she? Player 1, Player 3, grab it. Player 3, have at it. Do you trust your wife? What, do you know something about Connie and Maury that I don't? What do you say, Player 1? You gotta buzz in first. Player 1. After promising that it was just between them, Connie got Newt Gingrich's mom to whisper her son's opinion of Hillary Clinton into her ear. Since Connie's mic was turned up, we all got to hear, he thinks she's a bitch. Nowadays, Connie proves that she doesn't get to host anything. Player 1, why don't you give me a category? Here we have Potty Mouth. We're playing for $3,000 this time. So you know how Archie Bunker in All in the Family is always on the toilet because, you know, that's funny? Say Archie needs to go, but Edith's already on the can. In desperation, he races to the set of the first series ever to show a toilet on TV. What will he most likely say when he gets there? Hey, where's the throne, Mrs. Brady? I'll be in the head, Mr. Anderson. Show me to the crapper, Beaver. Or point me toward the can, Lucy. It's all you, Player 3. Leave It to Beaver generated huge controversy for being the first series to show a toilet on TV. Not to mention being the first to show a beaver. Player 3, your category. The category, Mrs. Livingston, I presume. I got $2,000, says you don't know this one. Okay, remember that guy Stanley who went to Africa and he said, Dr. Livingston, I presume? Well, imagine this. Instead of finding Dr. Livingston, Stanley encounters Mrs. Livingston from The Courtship of Eddie's Father, based on her role in the show How Mighty Creator. Mrs. Livingston, Eddie grew in your womb. Mrs. Livingston, alive from the tomb. Mrs. Livingston, type this by noon, or Mrs. Livingston, clean Eddie's room. Player 2, grab it. Type this by noon? Sure, just type W-R-O-N-G. Player 1, Player 3, go after it. Player 3, you're getting screwed right in front of me. What are you going to do? Alive from the tomb? Oh, like The Courtship of Eddie's Father and Night of the Living Dead. Yeah, no, I confuse those two all the time. Uh-huh. Player 1, you can take it. Player 1. Mrs. Livingston was the housekeeper, so he probably would have told her to clean Eddie's room. Oh, and when you're done with that, Mrs. Livingston, why don't you float up the Congo and kill me some dinner, will you? That'll do it for round 1. What do you say we move on to round 2? Okay, this is where I get to hand out the screws, so let me get those for you. Look at all this stuff. Hey, look at me. I have the technology. I can rebuild him. All right, here you go. Now in round 2, every question is worth twice as much, so there's going to be some big cash moving around. Let's get to it. Player 1, what's up? Shake hands with Keeping It in the Family. How does $4,000 grab you? Put it in gear, because here we go. If the title character's business on My Sister Sam were taken over by Uncle Sam, what advertising slogan would customers most likely see? I want to write term papers for you. I want to take pictures of you. I want to sleep with you. Or I want to build condos for you. Take a shot, Player 2. Sam runs a photography studio out of her apartment. Of course, Uncle Sam probably already has pictures of you. In fact, your government may be taking photographs of you right now. I believe this one is called, thingies. 4K coming your way for a right answer. Okay, I'm talking about these things. You know, I got this, gee, it's so hard to describe to you. They're, if you can imagine, they're like, oh, I got it. You know what? They're like Sans through the hourglass. Yes, that's it. They are just like sands through the hourglass. What the hell am I talking about? Now or never. Like sands through the hourglass, so are the days of our lives. And like nails on a chalkboard, so is watching this show. Player 2, take your pick.
13! 13!
Coming at you. Set phasers to boogie. You get it right, you get 2K. All right, imagine the crew of the Starship Enterprise is bored out of their minds, so they decide to form a rock band. Because they also had a show based in space, which band could the crew of the Enterprise call upon for music lessons? Josie and the Pussycats, the Archies, California Dreams, or the Monkees? Player 1, you're getting screwed. What are you going to do about it? See, and then you wonder why I don't bring my friends over. Player 2, player 3, who wants it? Player 3, do it. Survey says. Player 2, now's the time. Well, that'll make an exciting story, won't it? In 1972, the cartoon Josie and the Pussycats became Josie and the Pussycats in outer space. And if the band's called the Pussycats, you know Kirk will be there for his lesson. Player 2, how about a category? Hey, stress cut with lime sore.
It is time for a gibberish.
Grab hold of this gibberish category. Jamming on the high seas. You move fast, you can get $10,000 on this gibberish question. Now check this out. As the time disappears, so does the money. So the sooner you buzz in, the better. All right, listen up and tell me what phrase this rhymes with. Loud jazz, the sea rock. And don't worry about that punctuation. First clue, it's a promo slogan. It's a promo slogan for NBC. Must-see TV? Nah. Last clue, you'll be so proud if you get this. Player 2, what do you got? Type in your answer. You know, I noticed that NBC doesn't use this slogan much anymore since they started airing Suddenly Susan. You think there's a connection? Player 2, grab a category. For your viewing pleasure, clutch this. You get it right, I'm putting you up $2,000. Hey, check it out. Vice President Al Gore's image consultants have decided to remake Al's stiff wooden image and make him a little more animated. If the image consultants decide to animate Al Gore using the Synchrovox method of animation made famous by the cartoon Clutch Cargo, what part of Al will be moving? His hands, his hair, his lips, or his eyes? Player 1, do it! No, not even the great and mighty Synchrovox method can move Al Gore's hair. Player 2, player 3, player 2, go! Synchrovox is the process by which human lips are used to make those Clutch Cargo folks look like they're talking. Flapping away. Flapping lips. Yeah, Tipper's gonna want to put a parental warning label on that for sure. What's it gonna be, player 2? And our special guest tonight, no, not NBC. I'll give you 4,000 clams for this bad boy. See if you can wrap your skull around this. Because the Canadian Broadcasting Company initially refused to broadcast the character, which of the following would young Canadians have had to cross the border to watch? Clutch Cargo cartoons, Pepe Le Pew features, G.I. Joe commercials, or Dudley Do-Right episodes? It's all you, player 3. Yeah, that's right. Those Canadians just hate that Synchrovox animation. What do you mean, what's that? Player 1, player 2, who won? Player 1. Survey says... Player 2, ball's in your court. Should have picked this one. Sweet Little Dudley Do-Right was initially banned by the CBC because it made a mockery of the Canadian Mounties.
Come on, eh? We gotta make it across before sunup.
Can someone else carry the TV for a while?
Player 3, why don't you pick one? For your enjoyment, whoring for ratings. You get a right answer, you're walking away with $4 grand. All right, no fair peeking at your TV guide collection for this one. Which of the following reunion shows never happened? Make Room for Granddaddy, Still the Beaver, Bionic Ever After, or One Day, One More Time? Player 3, you gotta take that. Give me an answer. Survey says... Player 1, Player 2, go get it. Player 1, do it. Still the Beaver. Older, wrinklier, but still wrong. Player 2, you want it? Hey, if you got a minute, take a look at this. Sadly, the cast of One Day at a Time has yet to get together for a reunion. Now, I did hear that Schneider's two-part mustache got together and met under his nose. How about it, Player 3 category? Let's take a look at Give Me Some Skin. If you know this one, you're getting $4,000. All right, here's a little helpful hint for you. Ophthalmologists recommend you visit the eye doctor once a year. Say your eye doctor tells you that your eyesight has deteriorated from watching the Playboy channel without getting it de-scrambled. What would be the most appropriate response? Damn that tap scan! Oh, you fiendish bandwidth! I suffer for the subplexio! Or, it's that cursed encryption! Player 3, have at it! Player 2, you're getting screwed. Let's give something back. Subplaxial? My friend, we made that word up, okay? Why don't you just rent some billboard space and advertise your stupidity? Player 1, Player 3, Player 3, do it. That's gonna cost you. What do you say, Player 1? Player 1! When you get a TV signal, it's all changed and everything, so it can't be received without a decoder. That's encryption. And contrary to any other rumor you may have heard, that's the thing that makes you go blind. Player 1, your choice. Let's see what we got going. A streetcar named what? How does $2,000 sound? Let's see how you handle this one. Because they have the same last name, which of the following TV characters would be a natural for the role of Blanche Dubois in A Streetcar Named Desire? Valerie, Matlock, Flo, or Benson? It's all you, Player 3. Okay, here's a case for you. If Matlock is already Matlock's last name, how could he also have the last name of Dubois? Married? No. Mother's maiden name? Player 1, Player 2, it's open. Player 1, do it. I don't think Flo. Player 2, now's the time. Player 2, grab it. Oh, no TV for you this week. What do I gotta feed you to? Benson's last name is Dubois. Yeah, Benson has always depended on the kindness of stupid bosses. Player 3, time to make a choice. This category is known as Life Before Gump. 4,000 big ones for a right answer here. You know something? There is nothing I like more than watching a couple of guys dress up like women. Because that's why Bosom Buddies is one of my favorite shows. Considering the name of the apartment building in which the Bosom Buddies live, what activity would you expect to see the title characters doing in the lobby? Take a a shot. The bosom buddies camped out in the Susan B. Anthony Hotel. Remember, she was the famous suffragette? Yeah, those crazy bosom buddies, always trying to pay their rent with those wildly unpopular, weird-shaped little dollar coins. Player 2, what looks good? You're about to embark upon the attack. Hit your buzzer when you see two words that match. $2,000 if you're right, 2,000 off if you're wrong. It's not so hard. Just remember this.
Remember the clue.
It's got to be a match that fits this clue. Can I ask a personal question? Not that there's anything I'd like to know about you. Just thought I'd ask. See ya. Comes out on top. It's player 2. Player 2, you won this game with a score that's lower than 0. Great. Now you qualify to be your own Nielsen family. Tune in next week when...
You don't know Jack! Beautiful!